Hey you guys, so today I want to get on here and I want to talk to you guys about my experience with a spiritual fast. I've done a fast before. I fasted, I do it often actually, where I will not eat for a portion of the day, and it is called intermittent fasting, and I've done it before. I enjoy fasting. But I was called upon, and I felt like I was called upon because I kept getting these different videos, on your YouTube homepage, fast this, fast that. And after like the third fast video, I was like, okay, maybe God is calling me to fast, and these are all my signs, because I never see any videos about fasting. And these weren't like intermittent fasting or dieting fasting videos, they were specific to spirituality. And right now in my life, I've been developing a closer relationship with the Word and with the Lord. So I took it as a sign, like, okay, maybe God is calling me to do a spiritual fast. So I began to do some research because I really didn't understand the difference between a regular fast and a spiritual fast. So I was like, okay, let me get some more knowledge on what a fast is from a spiritual lens. And what I learned was, during your fast, it's very, very good for you to replace food with the word and prayer. So I noticed that was a difference in spiritual fasting and the typical fast that I've done before. And then I also was hearing a lot of people say, oh, when you fast, God gives you this, He'll give you a word, or He'll give you a message, or you'll receive money or some type of special gift. So I was really excited about that part. I'm not going to lie. I was like, okay, ooh, yeah. Incentives to fast. So I'm not going to lie. I thought about it a little bit more. Like, can I really do a fast? I have a really high intense life. And I was like, I don't know if I could do a fast. So I had really, really a lot of doubt. But I knew that this was something that God was calling me to do, because I went that whole day with pretty much without eating. And I'm like, I didn't eat all day. It was getting late in the day. I'm like, I might as well have fasted. So then I sat with my journal for some time, and I thought about what a fast would look like for me. And I also thought about what I would want to receive. Okay, sorry, that video cut off. The video cut off, but yeah, so I had wrote down what I wanted to receive from God, what I was expecting to receive, because that's what I was researching. It's good for you to be intentional and know what you would want to receive. So I did write down what I want to receive from God, or what I was hoping to receive from the universe, God, whomever you want to call it. I'm God. So I just knew what I was going to do. I knew what I was expecting. And so then I had set out the agenda to fast. OMG. It is very, very different when you are in a space where there is food. There's food available, and you have to have the willpower to be stronger than your cravings or your hunger or what you feel like is a need to eat. There was many times where I had just like got to my knees and I just prayed, God, okay, give me strength to continue to fast a little bit longer. I was drinking water, I was praying, I was journaling, and I just was like, this is very hard. No one in their videos ever say how hard it is to just sit through a fast and mentally just decide, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to let the hunger distract me from my discipline and promise to God. And even though you're feeding yourself with the word, the flesh is definitely tempted through all of these senses. Like, certain times of the day, my body is used to eating. Certain things make me feel triggered to eat, like stress, anything that's, I noticed that anytime I felt a little bit of stress, I was like, I need to eat. And then I was like, okay, I'm just about to take a nap. And during my experience with fasting, I didn't get the like lump sum of money that people was talking about. I was expecting a whisper of some sort, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't receive a large amount of money. My bills weren't miraculously paid, you know. But I did, after a few days after fasting, I did notice that my obsession. Okay, so I had an obsession, because that's what I'm calling it. I was being very lustful towards another human being, and I noticed that after my fast, all of those thoughts, those lingering thoughts that I had for this person, had disappeared. So it was just an unhealthy obsession that I was dealing with at the time, and by the grace of God, I was relieved from it, because it was honestly becoming a burden for me, because I'm one of those people that don't fixate on people. I fixate on my children. I fixate on myself. I fixate on my goals. I fixate on my purpose, my career. It's not often that I'm just lusting over another human being, and I was there, and it was not healthy. And I'm saying that through my fast, that feeling was relieved, that need to reach out, the need to call upon him, like, and be bothersome to somebody, it was gone. I was like, ooh, thank you, Jesus. And then also, I was relieved from my undying addiction to social media, because during my fast, one of the things that I wrote out that I was going to be fasting from was social media. So during my fast, I didn't utilize social media, and the hunger and desire to be online, or to notify everybody of everything, or to be constantly available, it died. I now, like, if I'm getting on social media, it's literally because I'm going to go do something related to my businesses that I'm running online. I don't feel that urgent need to scroll, nor do I feel that urgent need to overshare or be in other people's business. So a lot of my social media cravings were relieved during my fast. Another thing that I noticed that was relieved, or I was free from during my fast, was how can I put this? It was because I just recently, I've been going through a lot of different situations that should have broken me, but it didn't. But I did feel a relief from trying to survive that situation, because I was in survival mode. This fast that I just recently did helped me feel safe. So I didn't get a large amount of money. I didn't wake up and one of my bills I was worried about was paid. But I do feel like genuinely God gave me so much more, because I was given so much more than I guess material things. I was given freedom from a lot of things that was keeping me bound and binding me to unhealthy situations. And that for me alone was a blessing, because it helped me be able to regulate my nervous system a lot more, to be able to receive wealth, to be able to receive blessings, to be able to receive more from God. And during my fast, I also learned that I could eat at some point, and I didn't know that. So I did learn that if you're going to eat during a fast, you should be breaking your fast with a prayer and an intentional meal, not junk, not garbage, but you should have a nice, intentional, prayed upon meal to break your fast or during your breaks during your fast. And that was some good information for me to find out because I was on the internet while I was doing my fast and I'm like, oh my gosh, help! Like I was doing research while I was doing my fast and I did find that out. And so now I know going forward, the next time I will be able to have a nice spiritual meal if that's what I choose to. But yeah, I guess it's a recap of my fast and what I learned from fasting. And if you are in a place in your life where you're feeling stuck and you don't know what to do, I highly recommend just fasting from food, from substances, social media, just to have, even if it's just one day, you would be surprised how much change could come about in one day. Even if it's just one day of you fasting, I recommend everybody to go ahead and give it a try.